Everyone has heard of the Tiger I. Most people are also familiar with the Tiger II or King Tiger, but you may be surprised to learn that there was a third Tiger type, the rarest of them all, the Porsche Tiger, or the VK 4501. But before we find out more, a word from our sponsor, Vikings War of Clans. Vikings War of Clans is a browser game that was inspired by the famous strategy and RPG games of the 90s. Do you like building cities, collecting resources, training armies, joining a clan and going to war? Then Vikings War of Clans is for you. More than 20 million online players are constantly changing the way the game evolves by never-ending fighting over resources, forging new alliances, and competing in online events. Join Vikings for free using my link in the description box today and get a bonus of 200 gold coins and novice's relocation item for a kickstart. Vikings War of Clans. I highly recommend it. (1,347) Tiger Is were built and 492 King Tigers, but only 10 examples of the Porsche Tiger were created, and none exist today. On the 26th of May 1941, two German companies, Henschel and Porsche, were asked to submit a design for a new heavy tank that could mount the 8.8 cm KWK-36 gun, lethal against all Allied tank designs and derived from the famous Luftwaffe anti-aircraft gun that was often used in the ground role against armor. The turret for both tank designs was identical and produced by Krupp. Each tank was to be 45 tons, but both would soon balloon in weight as the Tiger design developed. Henschel had already been working on a heavy tank design since 1937, and once war broke out, modified and updated it based on the battlefield experiences of German panzers against Allied and Soviet types. For the new Tiger tank competition, Henschel and Porsche had to submit their designs by mid-1942. The new tank was designed primarily to counter the Soviet T-34 and KV-1 tanks. The final designs were demonstrated to Adolf Hitler at the Wolf's Lair in East Prussia in 1942. The Henschel design would be accepted into production, becoming the famous Tiger I, a 54-ton monster. But what about the Porsche Tiger? Why was it rejected, and how did it differ from the Tiger I? The primary difference, apart from the hull design and the placement of the Krupp turret, which on the Porsche Tiger was further to the front, was the engine. The winning Henschel design, the Tiger I, was propelled by a Maybach petrol engine. The Porsche design was rather more innovative but unreliable. It used twin V10 air-cooled petrol engines, the Porsche Type 101. Each of the engines drove a separate generator, which then powered two electric motors, one powering each track. Being a new design, the engines and drivetrain were prone to breakdowns and frequent maintenance. The Germans were also short of copper for vehicles with electric drives, and during trials the Porsche Tiger was found to be less maneuverable than the Henschel design. It was easy to see why the more traditional powered Henschel design won the competition and went into production. The problem was, Dr. Porsche had already built at least 10 Tigers, plus another 91 hulls minus their turrets. What to do with this valuable equipment? The solution to the problem of the 91 turretless hulls was to convert them into a completely new armoured vehicle. The heavy Panzerjäger or tank hunter called Ferdinand was created, mounting the new Krupp 88mm Pak 43 gun. The existing 91 Porsche Tiger hulls were converted into Ferdinands from March to May 1943. After the Battle of Kursk, the surviving 48 vehicles were upgraded and renamed the Elephant. As for the remaining Porsche Tigers, these were completed tanks. One of these tanks, chassis number 150013, became the command tank for the Elephant unit, Panzerjägerabteilung 653, which served on the Eastern Front. The tank was used by Captain Grillenberg and had the turret number 003 in red. The unique Porsche Tiger fought the Red Army in Galicia from April to July 1944 until it was lost in combat, either knocked out by Soviet armor or destroyed by its crew after being immobilized. The other 9 Porsche Tigers were used for training. None survived the war. The Porsche Tiger was an interesting take on the heavy tank design, but its innovative and complex propulsion system meant that Henschel's more traditional tank, the Tiger I, would win out. But the one Porsche Tiger that saw combat acquitted itself well and is believed to have knocked out around 50 Red Army tanks during the few months it spent on the Eastern Front. Please subscribe and share, and also support my channel via PayPal and Patreon. Details in the description box below.